जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीर बनचारी यमुना तीर बनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी माधव कुंज बिहारी गौर प्रेमानंदी जय नित्यलीला प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राज गाचार्य स्तोत्र शत डिवाइन ग्रेस अभे चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय श्री श्री राधा नीलमाधव की श्री श्री राधा गिरिधरी की श्री गिरिराज गोवर्धन की श्री श्री निताय चैतन्य चंद्र निताय गौर चंद्र की ताय गौर प्रेमानंदी all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the lotus feet of Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. So today we will be speaking from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So before we speak from that, kindly chant after me. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. 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 Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Ram 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 Hare Hare. So today we will speak from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 9, text 41, a very, very famous sloka, famous word spoken directly by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the Chaitanya Charitamrita, do we have copies of the Chaitanya Charitamrita there? Only the Bhagavatam? Is there? Just I want to show. So those of you who are not familiar with the Chaitanya Charitamrita, this is like a few, this is the Adi Leela, the many chapters, and then there's the Madhya Leela, then there's Antya Leela. This is the life of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu documented by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. These are the most valuable instructions for human existence, how to develop, how to perfect our lives, how to develop love for Krishna, and how to give Krishna to others. Lord Chaitanya personally showed by his own example. So, this verse, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, says, Bharata bhumite hoila manusa janma yar, janma sarthaka kari karapara upakar. So, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela here, chapter 9, text 41, let me read that. Bharata bhumite hoila manusa janma yar, the land of India, Bharata Varsha, should make his life successful and work for the benefit of all other people. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The magnanimity of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is expressed in this very important verse. Although he was born in Bengal and Bengalis therefore have a special duty toward him, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is addressing not only Bengalis but all the inhabitants of India. It is in the land of India that actual human civilization can be developed. Human life is especially meant for God realization, as stated in the Vedanta Sutra, Atato Brahma Jigyasa. Anyone who takes birth in the land of India, Bharatavarsha, has the special privilege of being able to take advantage of the instruction and guidance of the Vedic civilization. He automatically receives the basic principles of spiritual life. For 99.9% of the Indian people, even simple village farmers and others who are neither educated nor sophisticated, believe in the transmigration of the soul. Believe in past and future lives, believe in God, and naturally want to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead or His representative. These ideas are the natural inheritance of a person born in India. India's many holy places of pilgrimage, such as Gaya, Benares, Mathura, Prayag, Vrindavan, Haridwar, Rameshwaram, and Jagannath Puri, and still people go there by the hundreds and thousands. Although the present leaders of India are influencing the people not to believe in God, not to believe in the next life, and not to believe in a distinction between pious and impious life, and although they are teaching them how to drink wine, eat meat, and become supposedly civilized, people are nevertheless afraid of the four activities of sinful life, namely illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, and gambling. And whenever there is a religious festival, they gather together by the thousands. We have actual experience of this. Whenever the Krishna consciousness movement holds a Sankirtan festival in a big city like Calcutta, Bombay, Madras, Ahmedabad, or Hyderabad, thousands of people come to hear. Sometimes we speak in English, but even though most people do not understand English, they nevertheless come to hear us. Even when imitation incarnations of Godhead speak, people gather in the thousands. For everyone who was born in the land of India has a natural spiritual inclination and is taught the basic principles of spiritual life. They merely need to be a little more educated in the Vedic principles. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says here, Janma sartaka kari, kara upakar. If an Indian is educated in the Vedic principles, he is able to perform the most beneficial welfare activity for the entire world. At present, for want of Krishna consciousness or God consciousness, the entire world is in darkness, having been covered by the 4 principles of sinful life: meat eating, illicit sex, gambling, and intoxication. Therefore, there is a need for vigorous propaganda to educate people to refrain from sinful activities. This will bring peace and prosperity. The rogues, thieves, and debauchees will naturally decrease in number, and all of human society will be God conscious. The practical effect of spreading the Krishna consciousness movement all over the world is that now the most degraded debauchees are becoming the most elevated saints. This is only one Indian's humble service to the world. If all Indians had taken to this path as advised by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, India would have given a unique gift to the world, and thus India would have been glorified. Now, however, India is known as a poverty-stricken country, and whenever anyone from America or another opulent country goes to India, he sees many people lying by the footpaths for whom there are not even provisions for 2 meals a day. There are also institutions collecting money from all parts of the world in the name of welfare activities for poverty-stricken people, but they are spending it for their own sense gratification. Now, on the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Krishna consciousness movement has been started, and people are benefiting from this movement. Therefore, it is now the duty of the leading men of India to consider the importance of this movement and train many Indians to go outside of India to preach this cult. People will accept it. There will be cooperation among the Indian people and among the other people of the world, and the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will then be fulfilled. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will then be glorified all over the world, and people will naturally be happy, peaceful, and prosperous, not only in this life, but also in the next. For as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, anyone who understands Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, will very easily get salvation or freedom from the repetition of birth and death and go back home, back to Godhead. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore requests every Indian to become a preacher of his cult to save the world from a disastrous confusion. This is not only the duty of Indians, but the duty of everyone. And we are very happy that the American and European boys and girls are seriously cooperating with this movement. One should know definitely that the best welfare activity for all of human society is to awaken man's God consciousness or Krishna consciousness. Therefore, everyone should help this great movement. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, 22nd chapter, verse 35, which is next quoted in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So what is that verse? Etava janma saphalyam dehinam iha dehishu praner arter dhya vacha shreya acharanam sada. It is the duty of every living being to perform welfare activities for the benefit of others with his life, wealth, intelligence, and words. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki. So, all of us here sitting here today are definitely human beings. We don't have any doubts unless somebody have brought your pets here. So we are talking to everybody who's a human being. So what about human life, which is very special? Human life is very special not because we can eat, we can mate, we can sleep, we can defend, and we can come up with all kind of wonderful creations. That is not really wonderful, because if you look at animals, they can do that. some animals can do it better than us, right? An elephant can eat how many pounds of food a day? You can maybe eat, even if you're a big eater, even if you try to imitate Bhimasena, you may be able to eat maybe maximum 10 pounds of food a day. But an elephant can eat like close to 500 pounds of food if it wants, right? Some creatures can sleep for months, right? Bears, they go and hibernate, right? You try sleeping for 12 hours. Some of us, right? Of course, many people nowadays try to sleep after intoxicating themselves. But a bear can sleep for months at end, right? You can't sleep months at end. So a bear is more sophisticated than you in the art of sleeping. An elephant are more sophisticated than you in the art of eating. And a tiger is much more sophisticated than you in the art of defending, right? Of course, you can say, oh, I got my missiles, I got this, that. But a tiger can, or a lion, right? Few lions can take down an elephant, right? You try doing that. You can't do that. Or some creatures are far more superior in mating than humans are. So, in some ways, we are inferior to these creatures. But what makes us superior to this rest of these creatures? That we are given this intellectual ability. We are given this consciousness, sufficient consciousness to ask pertinent questions about our existence. Right? Atato Brahma Jigyasa. The Vedanta Sutra starts at Janmadi Asyataha, that everything comes from who? Comes from God. And then he says, Atato Brahma Jigyasa. Now is the time to find out. Right? If we don't find out in this human form of life, when are we going to find out? Human form of life is not to find out using your apps here, what is the next, next Bollywood movie. That's not the purpose of human life. Or when is Shah Rukh Khan coming to town? This is not the purpose of human life. Or when is Beyonce having a next show? This is not the purpose of human life. Purpose of human life is what? The Bhagavatam says this. Savai pungsa paro dharma yato bhakti radok saje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. He says that the highest satisfaction, savai pungsa paro dharma, the highest dharma for human existence is to serve adokshaja. Savai pungsa paro dharma yato bhakti adoksaje, to develop bhakti for Krishna. Krishna's another name is adokshaja. Ahaituki. And what kind of bhakti? What kind of service to Krishna? Ahaituki. Shouldn't be motivated by any selfish reasons. Ahaituki. That means costless. Just like a mother serves a child costlessly. She doesn't say, if I serve my child, I'm going to get some reward, therefore I'm serving my child. She doesn't serve like that. A real mother doesn't serve like that. Ahaituki, that's called ahaituki. Apratihata, that means also that this doesn't cease. In any condition of your life, your service to Krishna doesn't cease. That kind of service to Krishna can truly satisfy the living entity. Ahaituki, apratihata, yayatma suprasidati. Suprasidati means it can completely satisfy. If you approach Krishna with some materialistic reason, you cannot be satisfied. Because Krishna is not satisfied. His Holiness Keshav Bharati Maharaj often quotes this. He had once a darshan with Srila Prabhupada, and he went in front of Srila Prabhupada and asked him, Srila Prabhupada, how do I know Krishna is satisfied by my service? Prabhupada said, when you are satisfied, you know that Krishna is satisfied. Because only pure devotional service to Krishna can satisfy us without any cause, without any cessation. So that is the purpose of human life. So Lord Chaitanya prays in the Shikshashtaka, Nadanam, Najanam, Nasundarim, Kavitamba, Jagadisha Kamaye, Mama Janmani, Janmani Ishware, Bhavatad Bhakti Ahaituki Tvayi. Lord Chaitanya says, I don't want wealth, I don't want any followers, I'm not interested in women. Oh my Lord, Krishna Jagadishwar, my only desire is birth after birth. I have unmotivated, pure devotional service. Bhavatad Bhakti Ahaituki Tvayu, unto your lotus feet. So this is actually the purpose of human life. We may say, well, I'm religious, I come to the temple, I pray to Krishna, I put some donation in the box. This is all nice, but it's not enough. Just think about it. Though some of you may be only coming to the temple once a week, some of you may be coming to the temple once in 2 weeks, somebody may be coming to temple once in a month, somebody may be coming to temple only on Janmashtami, right? But how many days do you all go to work? Just all of us know the answer, right? Anybody who's got a job knows how many days you go to work. So why we go to work every day? Because we are totally convinced. If I don't do this, my life is finished. I lose my home, I lose my car. I Krishna with my life and soul, I cannot attain Krishna. Krishna is no cheap person, right? Krishna is glorified in the Brahma Samhita, Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam, Adyam, Purana Purusham, Navayavvanam Cha. So, and then Arjuna glorifies Krishna as Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. So Krishna is the highest aspiration for anyone. There's no higher truth than Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadi Radhir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. So that is the purpose of human life. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is who? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. When Krishna saw that, oh my God, even after I spoke the Bhagavad Gita, nobody is taking any interest. Then Krishna thought, maybe, I have to come down to this world. So he came only 500. So Lord Chaitanya came 1486. He appeared in Navadvip. So how many years ago is 1486? So now is 2019. So 1986 was 500 years ago. So what is that? Another 24. So another 14 plus another 19. 33, is it? So Lord Chaitanya appeared 533 years ago. Only 533 years ago. So if some of you have traced your family lineage, some of you may have some family lineage traced to the time when Lord Chaitanya was physically present. So it's not some fiction, right? Probably about 10 generations ago, you would have some of your, maybe not even 10 generations, maybe even like 7, 8 generations ago, you may have, your forefathers are contemporaries of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So don't think this is all mythological. This is recent history, 533. So he came down and he, in the form of a devotee, taught people personally by his example how to become Krishna conscious. Now, you may think, well, how is this all relevant to me? It's very relevant to every one of us, not only to Indians. Prabhupada first talks about Indians, then he talks about everybody else on this planet. Now, when Prabhupada came to the West, hardly anybody had heard the name of Krishna. That was during the time where people were disgusted with life, there was the hippie movement, the Vietnam War. Prabhupada was given order by his spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, whose 145th birthday we observed yesterday. So he said, if you got money, print books. If you print books in the English language and distribute this message in the English language. So Prabhupada took that to heart very seriously. So at the age of 69, he crossed the ocean. Actually, in India, there's a restriction for a sannyasi to cross the ocean. You cannot. It's a taboo. Because there's so much sinful life outside of India. If you cross, you'll get contaminated. You'll break your vow of sannyas. But Prabhupada didn't consider that one. Because his spiritual master gave that order, he took it to his heart. At the age of 69 years, when we are, most of us, retired and probably preparing to die, right? Prabhupada actually takes the journey to America, lands in Boston. He didn't know to turn left or he didn't know to turn right. He writes in his and then after trying very hard for a year, he goes to New York and chants in Tompkins Square Park, and he gathers a small following. From there, because of his total surrender to Krishna, because of his conviction in his spiritual master, because his total conviction in the message of the Srimad Bhagavatam, his followers grow to a bigger number. He teaches them how to give up all their sinful activities by his own example, by his own potency, by his own compassion. Then he educates them and he empowers them to spread the Krishna consciousness movement. 1966, that incident happened, and because of that, Prabhupada's desire to see that the world is relieved of suffering. That's a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava means para dukkha dukhi. When he sees the suffering of the others, his heart starts to melt with compassion. He can't see the suffering of others. He's pained by the suffering of others. So therefore, a Vaishnava wants to do something. What wants to do something? A Vaishnava means really, he says, Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. You all may have heard of this verse. In India, in those days, the politicians used this message, Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. That means the whole world is my family. But a Vaishnava truly fulfills that purport of that word. Politicians must be saying that just to get some followers, to get some vote. But a Vaishnava will see that not only my material family is my family, in fact, a sannyasi, he gives up his material family, no more connection with his material family, then he embraces the whole world as his family. So that's a real Vaishnava. Because Prabhupada had that conviction, this whole world is my family, the devotees who had surrendered to Prabhupada had never at one moment thought that Prabhupada is an Indian man. They thought Prabhupada is my spiritual father. Prabhupada is my best friend. Prabhupada is my well-wisher. Because Prabhupada is completely above the materialistic designation. Because he came from Golokadham. Isn't that a fact? So therefore, wherever he went, he made that place Vrindavan, because he was carrying Krishna in his heart. So that's the mood of a Vaishnava. He wants to stop the suffering of the world. Stop the suffering of every living entity, not only human beings. Right? That also the mission of all the great acharyas, the previous acharyas. Right? Like great acharyas like Ramanujacharya, took sannyas at such a young age, traveled all over India from north to south, east to west, to dispel all kind of crazy philosophies out of India, to establish that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Madhvacharya did the same. Imagine, now when we go out, we have to wear a sweater. It's outside, maybe in the morning, maybe 45. But if you go to Badrikashram, they couldn't tolerate the suffering of living entities. And Krishna couldn't tolerate the suffering of living entities, so therefore they couldn't tolerate this, because there's so much love for Krishna. Lord Chaitanya did the same. Or he went all the way from Jagannath Puri, he came to South India, went back all over India, preaching the message of Krishna consciousness. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj, did the same. So this is the purpose of the Acharyas, is to establish the supremacy of Krishna, extinguish all kind of opposing crazy philosophies, and make devotees so that they can go and spread the message. So this is the business of the Acharyas. So Prabhupada did the same, but he crossed the ocean at 69 years old, unprecedented in Indian history, and came and spread the Krishna consciousness movement in a short span of 12 years, from 65 to 77, established 108 temples, made so many devotees, made them spread the Krishna consciousness movement in a matter of 12 years. So how did he do this? He did this by writing his books. He first of all translated the Bhagavad Gita, the Srimad Bhagavatam. Even before he can complete the Srimad Bhagavatam, he finished the Chaitanya Charitamrita. I think the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the entire Chaitanya Charitamrita was published in 2 months, wasn't it? Was some intense schedule. The devotees who were printing these books, they were actually sleeping where they were working, under the desk. Prabhupada gave them a deadline. And they gave up their lives. But we Indians, I myself am in an Indian body, I didn't work maybe 1% as hard as these Western devotees worked to spread Krishna conscious movement. But Mahaprabhu say it is our duty to do this. Every person who's born in India must first perfect his life and then work for the welfare of others. Now you may ask me a very good question. Panditji, I'm not even perfect, so how I can help others? Some very intelligent people here may be asking that question, right? But Prabhupada didn't wait for people to become perfect. His disciples were not perfect yet, but he made them spread the Krishna consciousness movement. Why? Because that's the best way to become perfect. Even though you're not perfect, time is not in our hands, time is running short. So Prabhupada made brand new devotees go and preach the message and do welfare for others. Because Krishna becomes most pleased when he sees that you are trying to help others to become Krishna conscious. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, all of you have a copy of the Bhagavad Gita. You don't have to be shy if you don't have a copy of the Bhagavad Gita. How many of you don't have a copy of the Bhagavad Gita? I'm not going to call you out. How many of y'all don't have a copy of the Bhagavad Gita? If you say you don't have, we'll give you a copy today. Okay, that lady, she doesn't have one. Anybody else? Parameshwar? Yes, so that gentleman, so he doesn't have. So I'm sure there's some of you don't have Bhagavad Gita here. You may be shy to say you don't have it. Nothing wrong with it. Okay? But we'll make it right today. We'll give you a copy of the Bhagavad Gita. What does Krishna say in the Bhagavad Gita? How to become very dear to him. Very simple. Now, when you want to get promotion in your job, what do? you become in the best books of your boss, isn't it? The same thing happens here too. If you want to climb the corporate ladder, you become your favorite, you become the favorite employee of your boss. So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Ya idam paramam guhyam madbhakteshu abhidashyate bhakti mayi param kritva mam evasyati asankshaya. For one who explains this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed. And at the end, he will come back to me. Then he goes on to say, Nacha tasman manusyeshu kaschin me priya kritamaha bhavita nacha me tasmat anya priyattaro bhuvi. There's no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there be ever be one more dear. So if you really want to become Krishna's favorite, you give this message to others. Instruction. You can help those people who are giving this instruction to others. It's as good as giving instruction. It is a fact. There's a saying, love me, love my dog. So Krishna sees that here somebody is helping my devotee spread this message. And Krishna will be very inclined to bless that person. You may say, I'm working 9 hours a day, 10 hours a day, I got family responsibilities. Okay. Some of you are in that position and you cannot give any more time. But you can help those people who are giving their time, who have given their lives. Isn't that a fact? I'm sure some of you are sending money to India to help the poor people. Or you may be sending money to, end child labor. I'm sure some of you are doing this kind of welfare activity. But the real welfare activity is to birth and death is very troublesome. Krishna, please deliver me from this horrible existence. Don't think this is your only life and after this finish, everything is finished. No. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. This business of taking birth and death is very troublesome. Those of you who have become very sick before, almost on the verge of dying, you may know it's very troublesome. Those of us who got very old bodies, old age is a very troublesome thing. You may not remember how you were born, but birth is a very horrible thing if you think about it. Imagine you getting compacted in your mother's womb for so many weeks. It is said in the Bhagavatam, the baby is praying to Krishna, to the Lord, Lord, please deliver from me, take me out from this condition. And after the baby is born, everybody starts loving the baby, smiling, laughing at the death. Very troublesome. These are the real problems. So therefore, we have to, first of all, try our best to understand message. And while we are trying to understand this message, help those who have dedicated their lives in trying to spread this message. Then you'll become very dear to Krishna very quickly. So our business is to spread Krishna's glories. Our business is to spread Krishna's holy name. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that the holy name is the best education for everybody. Cheta darpana marjanam. If your heart is so dirty, our hearts are very dirty. You may say, oh, only yesterday I went to see my doctor. He said my heart is fine. But your doctor cannot pick up that kind of dirt. Your dirt of consciousness is there. So a dirty doctor himself who has got bad consciousness cannot pick up. A real devotee can pick up the dirt in your consciousness. Cheta darpana marjanam bhava maha davakni nirvapanam. So the holy name it cleanses our heart. And it extinguishes the fire of material existence. So our life is compared to a forest fire burning around us, and that fire is getting closer and closer and closer, and you are trapped in this circle of fire. And what does the holy name do? It comes like a thunderstorm and extinguishes this fire. The Houston Fire Department cannot put out that kind of fire. Even the Los Angeles Fire Department or the California Fire Department, when there's a huge fire, forest fire, they can't put it. Only if a huge thunderstorm comes and it downpours, it extinguishes. So the holy name is like that. He'll come and extinguishes your fire of material existence. Bhava Mahadavak Nirvapanam. Shreya Kairava Chandri. It's like a rising lotus. It's like a blooming lotus. Auspicious lotus. Shreya means good fortune. Like a really auspicious lotus which arises in your heart. And it's like the cooling rays of the moon. Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. Vidyavadujivram is the best of all education. So if you want to be well educated or to become best educated, you chant Krishna's name. Ananda Ambudi, all of us want to be happy. There's no higher happiness than Krishna's holy name. And it's like an ocean of expanding happiness. Ananda Ambudi Vardhanam. Pratipadam Purna Amritasvadam. And it's complete. There's no defect in the holy name. Sarvatma Snapanam. And it's like your complete, it is the complete cleansing of the soul. Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. So Prabhupada came to spread the holy name, and it is the duty of every one of us to help in whatever capacity we can. Don't be miserly in this world, just caring for yourself and your family. Real human being means you help others. That's a real human being. The world is in so much in need of help right now. Look at what's going on in this world. Every day, millions of babies are getting aborted. Every day, millions of cows are getting slaughtered. Just inconceivable. We don't think about this. It's just horrible what's going on in this world. And the political leaders are simply oppressing people, simply exploiting. They really don't care for the people. As long as they fill up their pocket, that's what they care. As long as they continue their position, that's what they care. Okay, so we have now started a very wonderful initiative in Houston. All of you have to listen very carefully. It's very closely related to what I spoke. We have some nice brahmacharis. We have built a nice brahmachari ashram. This is the first time in Houston, Iskcon Houston history. Our former Krishna culture is now being converted to a brahmachari ashram, and we have nice brahmacharis who are going to be living in this ashram, or they're already living but not in the ashram, and all they're going to be doing is full-time book distribution, distributing the Bhagavad Gita. Distributing the Bhagavad Gita, distributing the Bhagavatam, distributing the Chaitanya, and all other books written by Srila Prabhupada. I know all of you cannot partake in book distribution. Some may be too shy, some don't have the time, but all of you can give some of your wealth for this. Remember, every year we have Gita Jayanti and we ask you to sponsor books, but today we're going to ask you to sponsor a Sankirtan van. This boy is here, Pranata Karuna Prabhu, can you please stand up? And all the bhaktas, are they all here who have joined the, please stand up. So this is, we are not making up a story, these are actual human beings standing in front of you. Now this is their full-time job. And also one more devotee, two more boys are not here? Yes, so, and Bhakta Hohe from San Antonio has come also. You going to be up here for some time? Can you please stand up also, Bhakta Ho Hey? So what they're going to do, they're going to distribute Prabhupada's books. So His Holiness Keshav Bharati Maharaj, who is inspiring all these boys, they've given their lives. Some of them had jobs, they've given up their jobs, they come. Some of them were doing wonderful things, they've given up, and they've come to join the Sankirtan mission. So His Holiness Keshav Bharati Maharaj inherited some money from one of his departed disciples. So he given that money to buy a van, $13,000. Our van costs $26,000. So we are short of $13,000. So today my business is I'm not going to stop until the $13,000 is sponsored by me. Even though what Shyamasundar Prabhu says, or Chirag comes to kick me, I'm going to kick me back. So I'm going to raise 13,000 by Radha Neelamadhav's mercy, by Prabhupada's mercy, by my Guru Maharaj's mercy. So who is here? Who is the first one to sponsor towards that? Sundar Gopal Prabhu is here. How much is sponsoring? Sundar Gopal, $500. Somebody can keep a tab. Can somebody write down? My brain doesn't work during this time. Okay, Madhav Charan. So 500 from Sundar Gopal, Anima Mataji. $500. Okay. So 1,000. Raghava Chaitanya Prabhu. $500 Raghava Chaitanya Prabhu. We don't want only devotees who are initiated to be sponsoring. I know many of you are like trying to fly under the radar right now. But all of you have to stick your head because Krishna is closely watching. Anybody here? Yes. $250 by Mataji, your name? What's the name? Shefali. 200 and yes, Bhakta John. $200, Bhakta John. 251 Shefali Mataji. Okay, Uttam Bhakta Prabhu, before I started the class, he's not, is Uttam Bhakta Prabhu is here. He said he's going to sponsor $2,000. Sarvabhauma Prabhu. 3,000. 2,000 Sarvabhauma Prabhu. Now, 1 minute, maybe Sarvabhauma Prabhu, he is like the stalwart book distributor. Even in his condition, his physical condition, he's finding ways and means to distribute. And he's distributed thousands and thousands of Prabhupada books. So here is a living example, somebody who's given his life to distributing Srila Prabhupada. So how, after speaking all these times, I don't see our Indian congregation members trying to perfect their lives. Yes, sir. 251. Anybody else? Yes. Rajendra Prabhu. 500. Yes. 500. What's your name, ma'am? Karen. Thank you, Karen. So how much are we total? It doesn't mean we have to stop at 13,000. Because we go overboard, we can buy Bhagavad Gitas for these boys to distribute. Yes, Suman Mataji. 1,000. Who's that? Suman Rangappa. Dr. Suman Rangappa. Dr. Suman Rangappa, she's not only very nice devotee, she also works on the teeth of devotees. She's a dentist.
She said how much?
$1,000 did you say? She just worked on the major tooth work for Bhakti Damodar Maharaj, and she gave such a steep discount. If she keep doing that, she'll go bankrupt. But she did that for Krishna service. Anybody else? I see dead silence, pin drop silence. Anybody else here? Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. 251.
What's your name?
Any other?
Last name? Balachandra.
How much are we now?
Much short.
We are still much short. Madhav Charan has said, so I'm not going to get off this. Anybody else here? You may say, how about this guy who's talking, what is he giving? Okay, I'll give $1,000, put my name there. Surely some of you must be
Who is that?
Murari Vallabh Prabhu, our temple commander is 251. So, yes, Sarang Thakur Prabhu. 251 Sarang Thakur Prabhu. Any gentlemen and any gentle ladies? Prabhupada say our business is to become gentlemen.
Tejas Prabhu 251.
Tejas Prabhu 251. Anybody else? So how much are we now? Probably 8,000?
Rati Prabhu 251.
Rati Prabhu 251. Dwarkanath Prabhu, our stalwart pujari is $500. So, anybody else? There must be somebody else here. How are we going to do this? Radhavala Prabhu? $500. 251 by Ravindra Yaram. So how much are we now?
Okay. So 1,000.
We are very close. We need
But we are 11,000.
Advaita Chandra Prabhu 251. Yes. 300 by
What's your name?
Vinay. Vinay just started coming to our programs. Give him a big. Yes, Mataji. What's your name, Mataji? Sarguna? Sarguni?
Can you raise your hand? I cannot see who you are. Son? Son Ravi.
51. So we are just still little short.
I will do 500.
Madhav Charan 500. Yes, Mataji, what's your name? Radha. So what are you going to give for Krishna? 501. Thank you very much.
What's your last name? Last name? Desai.
So probably we are short of like another $1,000.
At least.
Yes, Mataji.
Whatever is left.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Kamala Sundari Mataji. Anybody wants to give any more? 101 by Ananteshwar Prabhu. Okay, Jai, Hare, yes, Mother Kalindi. 500.
500.
So I think we've crossed the line. But thank you all so much. Srila Prabhupada ki. Sankirtan Yajna ki.
Who did you see? I will be doing the people.
So whoever has given your name, make sure before you leave the temple today, you approach Madhav Charan or me.
I will be in Kirtan.
Or come and approach me. Or the welcome booth there. And Rajendra Prabhu will be there. Who's manning the booth today? You are there? Raise your hand. So he will be there. Please approach him, give your details. So we'll make sure that the collection takes place. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Nitai Gaura Premanandi.
I sent you the list for one more time.
Thanks to be made in Iskcon of Houston. We also have credit card facility here.
Haribol. Thank you, Rasikendra Prabhu. And as Prabhuji says, if you have raised your hand, Shri Radha Nila Madhava saw you. That's all I'm going to say. So be sure to go by and do this so we can do this purchase and have our devotees start distributing the books. Thank you so much. We have two families sponsoring our program today. a family sponsoring in memory of Sri Kannumilli Keshava Rao and also Harivalla Prabhu and Rangamani Pokala in memory of Madireddy Narayan Rao. Today's Sunday feast cooking is done by Kamalamukha Krishna Prabhu and Bhadra Bharati Devi. Following devotees came to help: Devendra and Sumitra Sharma. This family comes in and helps us with puri preparation almost every Sundays. So the days you don't get puri, you should look for Devendra Prabhu and Sumitra Devi because they're not here. Right? Mahesh and Renuka Menon, Pandu Ranga Prabhu, Ganesh Ramana, Padmini and Chwalanti Saurajani, Balai, Kanai, Kanupriya and Amrita came to help. We thank you all. March the 7th, which is a Thursday, we're having a festival here in the temple starting at 7 o'clock. This is the disappearance day of Srila Gurudev, His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami. Many of you know Srila Gurudev. Many of you were close to Srila Gurudev. So please come. Disappearance day for Srila Gurudev on Thursday, March 7th. March 8th, 9th, and 10th is our annual Japa retreat with His Holiness Romabhat Swami Maharaj and His Grace Badahari Prabhu. There are few tickets still left, I have been told. So please see Radha Vallabh Prabhu and he will be happy to sign you up. The registration is $65 and it includes prasadam for all 3 days. You can also do the last minute registration online at japahouston.org. The temple in Dallas, our Iskcon temple in Dallas, they're doing Festival of Joy, which is another name for Dallas Rath Yatra, on March the 20th. March 30th. Saturday, March 30th. Before then, we will be celebrating Gaura Purnima. Gaura Purnima is on March 20. And then March 24th, which is a Sunday, we'll have a cultural festival. We do need a lot of volunteers, so please sign up to be a volunteer. If you'd like to sponsor a Gaura Purnima festival, it is only $351 to sponsor Gaura Purnima festival. Our wonderful youth are coordinating the Holi festival, a festival of colors here at our Bhakti farm, which is not too far from here. Most of you know where it is. It is on Saturday, April 6th from 11 to 2. This year they are going to be printing paper tickets, and there will be lots of volunteers handing out some postcards and tickets. So we're hoping that some of you will take not only the postcard but some tickets so that you can sell to your friends. This is a wonderful opportunity for our fundraising effort for the Bhakti farm, and in addition it is also to invite some friends that may be a little more skeptical of coming to Iskcon. This will be an opportunity for you to do that. Kirtan Festival, I'm just giving you save the date, August 31 through September 2. We'll have some more details and the registration will begin soon. And I know I'm missing something here and there. Ekadashi is on March 1st. Holi is on April 6th. So March 20 is Gaura Purnima, April 6th is Holi. Before then, March 7th, Srila Gurudev's disappearance day. So Madhav Charan Prabhu will be chanting the Kirtan. So families that are sponsoring, please come forward and help us offer the Arati lamp. Hare Krishna.
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूमिने नमो
Can you get up and check?
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे अश्यत दिशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा भज श्री कृष्ण
चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर
हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे